Okay, so my name is Bilal, and today we'll be solving Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics 0580, Paper 2, and chapter number 11, that is transformations. Right? So we are given with question number 1. Here we are given with an A and a B object. So this is given, describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. So we have altogether 4 transformations in our syllabus, right? And those are, first is the rotation, second is the reflection, and the third is translation, right? And the fourth one is our enlargement, right? So in the first 3 transformations there is no change in shape, while the shape changes in this particular transformation, I would say, right? So there is clearly a change in shape, or a change in size, I would say, change in size, because the shape has delarged up, or you can say the size has decreased, right? It was A was the object and B is the image, right, which is created. Now let's first draw the corners and let's see where they overlap. So this would be it, I guess. Yes, so this is it, then this is it, and then this is it. Right, so we can clearly see an overlap at 2,1. So for enlargement we need 2 things, right? That is the center of enlargement and the scale factor by which the image is enlarged or delarged, right? So we have enlargement, we get 1 point over here out of 3. We have center as 2,1, and the scale factor we have to calculate, right? So the image from the center is 2 points from here, and this is basically 3 points, right? So altogether you can see it like this, or you can just measure the distance. So this is 3 and this is 3, and this has changed from 1 and 1, right? So there is a decrease, right? So the scale factor is basically given as, there's a formula for scale factor, which is image size over object size, right? So we have image size as 1, right, and we have object size as 3. So this is an enlargement with a center 2,1 and the scale factor 1/3, right? Moving on to question 2, we have, on the grid draw the image of the shape R after the transformation represented by the matrix this, right? So we have to multiply this matrix by these coordinates. So we have 1 and -1. We're multiplying this by the matrix, then we'll be multiplying this 2,1 by the matrix. Sorry, this is 0, right? And similarly these two, right, which is 4,1 and 4 -1, right? Just remove this. this is it. Let's just take this as example. So this would be 4 multiplied by 0, and negative 1 multiplied by negative 1. So this would be 0 and negative 1 would be 1, and this would be 4. 4 times 1 is 4, so this would be 4, and negative 1 0 is 0, right? This would be 1 0 are 0, and negative 1 would be 1, and this would be 1 again, right? So we have 1 1 and 1 4, and let's just calculate this as well. So this would be 2 0 would be 0, and negative 1 into 1 would be negative 1, and this would be 2, right? And we have this as 4 times 0 is 0, and this would be negative 1 into 1 would be negative 1, so this, let's just write this as negative 1, and this would be 4 into 1 is 4, right? So we have these 4 coordinates. Let's just plot them down. So this is 1 and 4, this would be this, 1 and 1, this would be this, and negative 1 2 would be negative 1 and 2 would be this, and negative 1 and 4 would be this, right? So let's just draw this image. This would be this would be something like this would be this, and then draw this here, right? So this is the image, right? We are done with the question. We aren't required any more information. Moving on to question number 3, we have this transformation again. So the shape has changed, it's an enlargement. Let's write it down. For center, we have to match the vertices of all of them. Where did the scale go? Where did the scale go? Where did the scale go? Where is it? Okay, let's just move on. So this vertex would be this, right? And this would be this, and this would be something like this, right? Where did the scale go? Just go back and come back again. Yeah, we have the scale, right? So let's just draw this again. So this would be something like this, right? So this would be this, and the other two are fine, right? So we have the same, we have the center. The center is 7, 0. So this would be centered as 7 in x-axis and 0 in y-axis, and we have to calculate the scale factor. So we have this triangle T onto triangle U. So this is the object and this is the image, right? So image size over object size, this is basically image length over object length would be fine. So this is 2 and this is 1, so we have a scale factor of 2, right? Scale factor 2. On the grid, draw the image of the triangle T after a rotation through 90 degrees clockwise about the point 7,3, right? So this is the point and we have to rotate it. So let's just remove all of this. We have to rotate the triangle T, right, 90 degrees clockwise. So the clockwise would be something like this, right? So we have this point as this, so this would simply this in clockwise 90 degrees would be this point. This is the image. Let's just take a different pen. for the image. This is the image, right? And we have this over here. Sorry, this is this, and this is somewhat like this. So this would be here, or sorry, this wouldn't be here. If we take the 90 degrees from here, this would be somewhat here, right? So we have the 2 points. We have to take this point, right? So this is, do we have degrees? Yes, we have the degrees over here. Just make a line over here. This is 168. We have to increase, right? We have to increase, or you can say this would be, if we add 22 to it, this would be 180, right? And then we are left with, when we subtract 22 from 90, so this would be, where is it? 90 minus 22 would be 68, right? So we have 68 left, right? So we have to take a negative 68 over here. Or you can say you have to go, should be 122, negative 122, right? So this would be the scale, and we have to, this is basically 1 down, and 1 2 3 4 and then 5 on the x-axis, right? So this would be 5 up, and then 1 on the, so would be 1 2 3 4 and then 5, and this would be 1 up, right? So this would be our image, right? So let's just draw the image completely. So this would be something like this. Let's note this down, that the shape or the size hasn't changed in this image, right? Just remove this, right? So we have the images. So we have the image, right? That is at 6 4, then 7 4, and then 6 8, right? We have question number 4 given as, describe fully the single transformation represented by the matrix, right? So we have this. But so whenever we see a matrix like this, we always have a reflection at y is equals to x. So this would be reflection with the line being y is equals to x, right? Reflection on the line y is equals to x, or with the line y is equals to x, right? So reflection is the 1 point, and the second point would be y is equals to x. So whenever you see a matrix like this, 0 1 and 1 0, this can't be enlargement, because for an enlargement there needs to be a scale factor, right? So if you don't have a scale factor over here, you can simply or you, for this enlargement we have this usually, right? So we need to have a scale factor over here for it to be an enlargement, right? So if we don't have an enlargement over here, so this would be a reflection with y is equals to x as the line, right? We have question number 5. Write in the matrix that represents an enlargement, scale factor, center, scale factor 3 0 and center 0 0. Right before this, I explained the transformation matrix of the enlargement with the scale factor 1. So this is an enlargement with scale factor 1 and center 0. So for it to be a scale factor as 3, we need to simply multiply the 1 by 3, right? So this is the scale factor multiplied final answer, right? Now we have described fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. So it's clearly a rotation or a translation, right? Because the shape has slightly shift, or shape has slightly rotated, as we can see, right? So let's just check if we can get something over here. Sorry, I don't think this would be it. This is the point, and then this is the point. Let's just move this a little bit. So this is the point, and then this is the point, and this is the point. These two are the points. Right, so we have these 2 points, right? We need to calculate the line bisector of these 2 images, right? So we can put a protector over here and then protector over here. What we can do is we can simply put up protectors nib over here and then draw an arc over here. This would be an arc over here and arc under the line. We can put the protector nib, increase the protector's arm from more than half the line, and then put an arc over here and then put an arc over here, right? So we'll take the line bisector of this and then the line bisector of this, right? We'll follow the same procedure over here. We'll open the arms of the compass more than half, then put an arc over here above the line, then below the line. Then we'll put the nib over here. We'll take the arm as more than half, or we'll take the same more than half opened compass and then put an arc above the line and under the line, right? So when we take these and join them, we get a center at 1 0, right? So this would be this, something like this. I guess we'll have something like this over here and something like this over here, right? So these would be our what I would say, these would be our line bisectors, right? So these line bisectors meet at a point and this is the center, right? So we have a rotation with center 1 0, right? For the rotation we need three things, right? The center, the rotation degrees, and the direction, right? These are the 3 things. We have the center, we need the rotation degrees, so this is the point, right? So let's just remove all of the other things since we have the center. This is the center, right? Let's draw the objects line and the image line. So this would be something like this and something like this, right? So it looks to me as 90 degrees over here, right? And it has changed from here to here, so this would be a clockwise movement and this is a 90 degrees, right? So this would be a 90 degrees clockwise, right? Triangle A onto triangle C. So this is basically an enlargement, we can see this, but the shape has changed a little bit, right? So it can be a enlargement with a negative scale factor, right? So we have this, but the shape has increased, right? So the magnitude would be a more than 1, right? So this is it. Then this would be something like this, right? So we clearly have a center that is 0 and 2. So we have this as enlargement, center 0 2, and let's see the enlargement, or we can say the scale factor, right? So we have this, we have the image size, image length, this is 4 and this is basically 2, right? But the image is actually tilted, right? So it would be a -2 scale factor, right? So scale factor would be -2, right? We have a scale factor, we have the center, this is all done, right? Moving on to question number 7. Just remove this. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle T onto triangle on shape A, or the shape T onto shape A, right? So it simply looks the translation. Let's just check this by matching the vertices. So this would be this. If all the vertices are parallel to each other, this is simply a translation, right? In reflection, these all meet, right? So it is simply a translation. Let's calculate the translation matrix. So we have this object is 2 and 6. We add the translation matrix, or you can say xy, to get our image, right? The image is basically at 1 and 1, right? So let's subtract this over there. So this would be 1 1, -2 and -6. So we get our translation matrix as -1 and -5, right? So this is a translation with matrix. The thing with translation is that we need only one thing with the matrix, the translation matrix. So this would be -1 and -5, right? One is for the translation and the other one is for the translation matrix. On the grid, reflect shape T in the line y is equals to x, right? So let's just draw the line y is equals to x first. So this would be line y is equals to x, I guess. Yes, this is the line y is equals to x. We have to reflect this. This would be an invariant point, right? And this will go here, right? So we have 2 points. Let's just join them first, right? So this would be something like this, right? And this point is basically this, sorry, so this would be half here and then 2 here, right? So this would be here, right? So we have the third point and then we can draw the next point by ourselves, right? So this would be it, and this would be something like this here, right? So we have this. So here is the shape, right? Right, we have the shape. So this is 6 2, then 6 6, then 7 6, right? And then 7 3, right? We have the right object, right? Let's just label this as x, right? Labeled x. Moving on to question number 8. We have question number 8 as describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle T onto triangle U. Again, the shape has changed. Shape or size has changed. Sorry, size would be a perfect. Size has changed and it has tilted as well. Sahi hai? All right, sorry. Tilted as well. Has changed and tilted as well. So a negative scale factor. Right, triangle T onto triangle U, right? So it has decreased, right? So it would be a scale factor lesser than 1, right? Because the size has decreased, right? So we have the negatives, we have this as enlargement, we get a 1 point over here, right? We need the center. For center we need to first match the vertices. This would be something like this, right? And this would be this, right? So we have this as a center, right? So this is 3 and 4, center as 3 4. We need to calculate the scale factor. This will be a negative because we have already calculated it, or we have just identified it because it has been tilted or just reflected, I would say, right? So this is 1 and this is 2, right? This is 2, right? This is the object, that is 1, and we have the image is 2, so the scale factor is -1/2. Now this was it from my side. Thank you for watching, and please do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.